Welcome, 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 welcome. You know, satsang, formal satsang, is a time where we all come together. We all come together to celebrate the passion and the devotion to truth. You know, truth is so kind. The conditioned imaginings are so painful, but truth is so kind. And we have this time to come together collectively, supporting the joy of the self, of reality. Reality, it is so obvious, is what is here. It's what is alive in this moment. The interpretation of what is alive in this moment is the habit of the egoic mind. But the feeling of your existence, the constant feeling of your existence, lives without issue. There is no need to look for it. It is self-evident. You exist. You exist. It's simple fact that you exist. And when the habits, the distractive habits that pull the attention away are not followed, then you are still. When you are still, you feel your existence. When you feel your existence, there is this happiness for no reason. There is no cause and effect in your existence. There is neither past nor future in your existence. There is nothing that is known or needs to be known in the simplicity of your existence. And we come together to celebrate, to be support for one another, this self-reminding to let go of the habits that distract the attention and to celebrate the aliveness that is equally everywhere, right here. Eventually it becomes so clear that no matter where the body-mind is, the feeling of existence is always here. It's not changing location. It's not changing. It is not perceived, and there is no perceiver in the feeling of your existence. It is also referred to as silence, the feeling of silence, the feeling of presence, the feeling of the celebration of the light that is inherent within your very existence. And then the experience of choosing and doing falls away, because no matter how real it may seem, it's only conditioned thoughts. The conditioned thoughts bring into crystallization experiences, coming and going based on conditioning, only having the power to draw the attention. And then from that vantage point, when there is identification because of distraction, there is attempting to feel existence. But you cannot attempt to feel existence. You are existence. It's what you are. It's what you are. It's here, always here. No matter where the body is, these bodies are all over the world. But the flavor of existence is this unified field that is here. And it is felt in the heart. And the heart is not localized, but simply the feeling of silence, resting in the nature of your existence is celebration. And we all have inherent within us this devotion to truth and the potential humility to let go of all of the tendencies that create the experience of living in past and future, living in the dream of separation. I realize that when there is identification, the dream of separation does not seem like a dream, but it is all created out of past and future. It is all created out of a conditioned habit. And here we come to shed the conditioned habit. No matter what is playing, you cannot deny that you exist. You can recognize that you have been distracted and you are not feeling your existence because of some story that has pulled you away. But when the hunger is pure, the story doesn't matter. It's always a repeat anyway. It is just to come back to yourself which is the self, which is pure love and only experiences itself in all of the various beautiful flavors. So the love for each of you runs so deep. It runs so deep because we are one in truth. We are connected in truth. We are pure light in truth. And where we meet is pure love. And this love is so celebratory. And at the same time, the mind's story, when identified with, is can be so challenging, so challenging. And when you are identified, there's no need to struggle to get out of identification. There is never a need to struggle. Struggling is in the conditioned mind of past and future. It's just a stopping. It's just a stopping. It's just a noticing of the simple feeling of your existence, which is supported by each player in this luminous field that is pure silence. It's pure silence. It's the feeling of pure silence. It's the aliveness of pure silence, the happiness that is without disturbance. The conditioned mind is conditioned to be drawn to the experience of disturbance. But this is just the lure, it's just the carrot. Pulls one into my story and my life, what I have to fix, what I have to change. But it's all a story. It's all a preconditioned story. There's nothing more to it. There's no substance in it. What has substance? The only thing that cannot be denied is that you exist. It's here. You don't create your existence, you exist. Where your existence is located is here. It does not move. The feeling of it is the feeling of stillness, of silence. And the more you fall into it, the more is revealed. Initially, it feels like space, peace. But the more it is felt, the more there is the discovery within this space is consciousness. Consciousness that is conscious of itself. Consciousness conscious of itself is realization. It's not a separate character experiencing the self, but it is the self realizing itself because the nature of the self is conscious. And there is such a celebration. There's such a celebration in simply falling into yourself. It's what happens in realization that consciousness folds back into itself. And where that happens, there is the birth of ease and peace. There is a constant rarefication as consciousness recognizes its true nature more and more deeply. And the habit of being distracted by the story begins to weaken on its own. Because no matter how real it may seem at times, it's all just conditioned habit. Nothing more than this. And the physical body, the appearance of the physical body, is simply a manifestation of mind. The feeling of existence is not perceived by the body. It is not bound by time, but timeless. It is not bound by form, but it is formless. And while it is all so simple and obvious, it is also the greatest challenge because the conditioned mind, egoic mind, is built to survive. The conditioned mind is terrified of freedom, even though it says that it's seeking freedom, and it is terrified of freedom because on some level it realizes it cannot understand this. It is tasted when the mind is absent. It is tasted in knowing nothing. The mind says knowing nothing is having no ground of security. But having no ground of security is where you taste true security, true security in the self-evident feeling of your very existence. Right here, it's alive. Right here, just to let the mind do whatever it's doing. It does not matter. It's only phenomena. It cannot touch you. And to feel the centerless, locationless flavor of the silence of the heart, the silence of the heart that is everywhere, all the time, everywhere, all the time, unchanging. and we come together to support one another in the realization of the self, remembering itself, of truth and the devotion to truth, of love, true, pure love, and the joy of the unity of what once seemed separate, the unity that has no doer, no doing, no past, no future, no distraction, always here. This is what satsang is all about. This is what truth is all about. This is what love is all about. It is your nature, no matter what is playing in the phenomenal play that is always changing and always repeating. No matter what is going on, the only thing you can say that is pure truth is you exist. And your existence and my existence, the existence of the Sangha, it's all the same. It's undivided. It's unified. It's alive. It's vibrating. It's luminous. And it's right here, right now. Just to drink it in, just to drink it in, just to drink in the reality, the reverence for your very existence. This is what satsang is about. Literally, it means relationship with existence. Relationship with truth. Relationship with beauty. Relationship with the conscious nature of consciousness itself. And when consciousness is conscious of itself, the taste is bliss, the celebration of bliss, the celebration of pure bliss, right here, right now.